Oh my God. Joke rehab was the comment that I received in YouTube. That was the title, Joke Rehab. And this person has had a case for a long time, and they went in and they presented different scenarios of employment, and they just wasn't being heard. And you might think that that is like, a one-off case, but no, it's literally the same friction that I see all across the United States with the myriad of cases. Very seldom is there a easy case, right, to close. And so remember, when working with the government, especially with vocational rehabilitation, that it's not going to be fast. It's not going to be quick. But it can be something that is life-changing. I'm a witness to it for others as well as myself. And so when you go in there and you present an idea and they poo-poo on it or they don't receive it, always remember that everybody has a boss. Everybody has a boss, all the way up to the governor, right? And I've actually had to take things to the governor's office, but guess what? I got it done, and I'm no different than you. I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I had to make it happen. And so speaking of making it happen, think about this scenario. I have a case now where the individual told me that their counselor is out on maternity leave. So what do? Well, that person actually waited till the counselor came back. And then when they came back, nothing still was done. Do you know why? Because when the counselor came back, they were stockpiled with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails and tasks and things to do and stuff to get caught up on and acclimated back to the job, and new policies was in place, so things didn't work the way they did when they left, and new people were in place, so the people that she had relationships with no longer were there, and so now she can't get the things done that she wanted to get done. But in the case of the client, the customer, the consumer, is you were supposed to have that case moved to either another counselor or moved to a supervisor, but somebody was supposed to be working that case while that person was gone. So let's talk about working the case. Number one, it's your case, so you have to work it. You have to be in control of it. You have to understand the rules. That way you can play the game, and more importantly, you can win at this thing called vocational rehabilitation. And so when you are working your case, you need to know who the players are. You need to know who the supervisors are. You need to know who is going to be the decision maker on this case, and talk to them. Be in contact with them as your case is closed. Go meet them so they'll see this is who I'm dealing with. It's a true person behind this case file and this name that's in this system that I'm looking at, that I'm moving from status to status, and they can picture you and they like you. It's very important that they like you, and that's just true in anything. If you're a butthole, or if you don't present well, if you don't look good to them when you come to the office, then how do you expect to have them to fight for you for a relationship with an employer, right? And so it's a lot involved with closing your case, but guess what? As I stated before, 80% of it is you. The other 20% is them. They don't have any jobs. Vocational rehabilitation does not have any jobs. If I could ring the siren right now, I'm going to find the siren. I'm going to insert it right here. Vocational rehabilitation does not have any jobs. Their job is to rehabilitate you to as best as possible so that you will be employable in today's modern economy, right? Now, in my case, I had a great person by the name of Paul Raymond, who is the director of blind services. And when I first came to VR, I flip-flopped and floundered for about 3 years. The reason why I did that is because I was ignorant to what was going on, how it worked, why it worked that way, what was going on, and what can be provided for me. once I realized through Sheila Pierce, not Sheila Pierce, that's the contract specialist, Sheila Payne, my counselor at the time, that it was 80% me and 20% them. Oh, I was on it. Now I know what I need to do to make it happen. And so we close cases all around the United States. We do international business. And I'm able to do that is because somebody believed in me. And I told you it was Paul Raymond, who was the director of blindness services. And so stuff rose downhill in that case, right? And so he was able to make things happen. It was like I would make 2 steps, and he would do his thing. I would make another 2 steps. He would do his thing. And I was in constant contact with everybody that was involved with my case to make it happen. And I got everything that I wanted and more. And that was literally 11 years ago. We've been profitable since day one with Fedora. And it was a dream, It was a dream that I had when I was homeless. It was a dream that I had when I was broke. It was a dream that I had when I was working my vocational rehabilitation case, not knowing that it would come true, not knowing that I would have served thousands and thousands of customers, that I would have corporate contracts with some of the biggest companies and brands across the world, that I would be able to sit here today in my studio and record a professional video talking about this thing. But guess what? I had a dream, and I said that's what I wanted to do. And so we get to be the biggest and the best in the assistive technology realm because somebody believed in me. Now, when you're working your case, get them to believe in you. Because guess what? If somebody believes in you, they're going to fight for you. And if they fight for you and you're fighting, they're fighting with you. And if you guys are fighting together, then you have a fighting chance to make your dream come true. So listen, it is your case. It is your responsibility. It is not joke rehab. It is vocational rehabilitation. And they do not have any jobs. Okay? They don't have any jobs. Their job is to rehabilitate you, a disabled person, to make you able to work. So if you're blind, that's getting you orientation and mobility, that's getting you technology, that's getting you the daily living skills to orient you into employment. Does that make sense? Joke rehab. All right, you guys know what it is, man. Let's change the world. Let's change the world together. I'm headed to the jazz club. It's Friday. And remember, in the YouTube comments, man, make a comment. Talk to me. I talk back. Let's change the world together.